Women have been suppressed all over the world since centuries. It took years to gradually reduce these evils. Giving financial powers to women is an important way of empowering them. One of the important steps in this direction was the formation of self-help groups. If you empower the women of the house, the family would be emboldened. Delegates from Ethiopia traveled to India to understand the modality and functioning of self-help groups.
Under the DFID funded Knowledge Partnership Program, this is a group of senior people working in the government, banks and other self-help groups there in Ethiopia, who are actually here on a learning mission to try and understand the ways self-help groups in India have been working over the years.
To learn more about and understand the SHG schemes and various models here on women empowerment.
India's good experiences on how we are managing self-help groups.
Very interesting meeting with various ministries, Agricultural Ministry, Rural Development Ministry, Panchayat Raj and other ministries.
The purpose of the visit is sharing knowledge from India.
And it was promoting only by the NGO. So we'd like to extend this and bring the attention of the government.
We can even have an exclusive presentation only on self-help.
I would like to see if there is any role that the private sector is playing in enriching the rural community.
What about other community members rather than women? This model, does it work?
How do self-help group work in the urban setup?
Where does the money come from? Is it from the government? Is it from other actors?
The support and assistance that comes from international agencies like World Bank, DFID, GIZ, KFW, we channelize that to ensure that funding is reaching MSMEs.
The MFI model also was pioneered by SIDBI, and when we started, we were among the first banks to lend to the MFIs those days during 98-99.
As far as lending is concerned to the poor, especially in the rural areas, there had been two concepts. One is the self-help group and other is the individual concept.
So what we do is, one SHG woman who is slightly educated is placed in the banks, and she is called the bank Mitra. Mitra means friend. So she becomes a friend for the SHG women who find documentation of the banking sector very difficult.
So it's easier to get a 20-25 lakh loan, 50 lakh loan, but it's not so easy to get a loan between 50,000 to 10 lakh.
Only banks in India can take saving. They require all the banks to keep certain statutory reserves of cash so that there is never a run on bank. Then they prescribe where this money could be invested.
So safety pin is a tool. It provides the data. You can use it in different ways.
For example, if a woman calls me that I am on the road, I am driving towards Dwarka, there is a car with 4 men all drunk chasing me. I receive that call. So as soon as I receive that call, I have a system where on my screen I can see, as soon as the woman calls, her location is visible. In this full year, in the helpline, we have been able to rescue 17 women who have been abducted.
You are seeing the matured self-help system in India when you go to Kerala. So I think it's very important for you to make your own assessment of what seems to be making a difference. One fundamental thing that I have seen in Kerala is that the leader, who is the president of the Community Development Society called CDS, that is the second tier federation, she in many cases became the local government president. Initially you are a self-help group leader, then you become the leader of an area development society, then slowly you will become the leader of the community development society, and then you will become the sarpanch or the head person of the local government, Gram Panchayat as it's called. And that's a kind of a fairly political, powerful position. And oftentimes those that have emerged from the self-help groups have done extremely well in improving the local governance.
Let me welcome you, Madam Mulu Haile Tesema, who is a board member of the consortium of SHGs and COSAP. On behalf of Kudumbashree, I extend to you an extremely warm welcome.
There's not been any famine in Kerala in almost 80 years now. So there's 100% literacy, and there is actually very high levels of political awareness. An average woman in a village in Kerala would know what happens around her. And she's aware of that. She participates.
My question is, what is the special for Kerala? What is the reason behind to become like this? Different from my question is why other states are not become like Kerala?
When we came with the idea of this self-help groups, the concept was received by them very easily. So it was very easy for organizing them. The success story has now taken us to other states also. So we are now engaged by the central government to teach other states also how this type of self-help groups can be formed.
And as I told you, there are 180 different micro enterprises here. Different activities. There are small women doing jewelry business, Then they're doing food items. There's catering services being done by them. Then they're running different types of activities. We have Kudumbashree Travels, which is a call taxi enterprise.
The Ethiopian delegates paid visit to different self-help groups which have mushroomed under the Kudumbashree model. They went to see an all-women construction site, a tailoring unit, and a sanitary napkin factory run solely by women. They also met the empowered women of Kudumbashree Travels. These women work as bus conductors and even drive auto rickshaws.
She is actually the conductor, the person who is giving the tickets. Yeah, she is giving the tickets in the bus. Earlier she was sitting idle at home. And now she is coming to this enterprise and she is supporting her family. For everything they have to depend on their husbands or other elders of the family, but now they are making money on their own, either as from cultivation or as some micro enterprise. She is also driving an auto rickshaw, a three-wheeler. Okay.
Kudumbashree is recognized by the Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India as a state rural livelihood mission. In addition to that, we are also recognized as a resource organization for other states.
Kudumbashree, does it have its own bank or do you work with other commercial banks?
What is the basic component of the social inclusion that you do in your location?
Your service, audit and accounting service, is given by the society.
Yes.
Is it inside the society or it is separately organized as an auditing and accounting service?
Okay. Auditing is done as a micro enterprise. They get money for auditing each of the neighborhood groups.
It is the NABARD which has pilot tested microfinancing in the country in 1992. We in one way want to replicate the Bangladesh model with certain changes.
For the Kabale and the women to work hand in hand. This is my dream. I'm glad you have identified that, And I'm also glad that you're going to put it, to wave it into the GDP too. That is very important. When you work with women, there are so many hurdles. So persistence struggle is very important.
What we have observed over the past a week and a half is that India is a lesson and an experience.
We look the same and have similar food, also spicy food. We enjoyed it, and the kindness, the hospitality, the frankness of the Indian people really is very important for us.
The smiley face of those members of SHGs groups, the ladies, they are, I think, maybe one day I will see that face in my country too, in my village too. Everybody are very smiley, they are very helpful, they are very ready to share their experience. And
very rich culture and very empowered women and a committed leadership.
Something which I like for Indian is their greetings that I appreciate. Yes, namaste.